In this Beat the Meta, I'm in the slowest accelerating car in the world. And this track is all about survival as we have this huge crash. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Beat the Meta, where I have decided to take the Renault back out. And the reason I've decided to take the Renault back out is because I want vengeance. I want redemption. That Laguna Seca one should have been done and dusted in the Renault, and it wasn't. Now, coming to you with some new rules. We talked about the rules last time. We're bidding off the 5-rule race, okay? The 5-rule race has gone. We're also bidding off the at least 3 A+ drivers, because sometimes it's just hard to get A+ drivers into these races. So, as long as there's at least 1 A+ driver in, it counts, okay? It counts. Remember, Beat the Meta is hard as it is, and some of the Beat the Metas we've faced world champions. But in this situation, we're just going to go with at least 1 A+ driver. So we're in the Renault. We're about to overtake the GTR. I'll say that. The GTR is picking up pace on my left-hand side as we head towards turn 1. Then down the inside we go. Where's that Jaguar going? Somewhere to the realms, but we'll take that. That's 2 positions gained then in this race. We are going to keep doing the start from the back as the first race, just to get a feel for it. And one thing I have noticed very quickly with this Renault, and we noticed it at Laguna Seca, is it's very slow at accelerating. Oh my word, is it slow. In fact, you'll see how slow later on in this video. Going through this long quadruple left-hander then as we go through there. The Porsche up ahead getting a bit unstable then. Very easy to get unstable there. And this race is all about survival more than anything as the GTR behind goes off into the shadow realm. We've got 2 Porsches up ahead there. Rodder and Cage. Hey, is it Rodder from Only Fools and Horses? I don't know, but we're going to head down in towards this right hand then. Down the inside, technically of both of them, but Rodder gives me room there. So good awareness there from Rodder. Shout out to you for that one. Leave that corner and watch this Porsche on my right hand side. We're in the slipstream here. It doesn't matter. That Porsche is gone. Absolutely gone to my right hand side. It's like I have a GT4 engine, GT5 engine even in this car. My word, it's so slow. But into the braking zone we go. Oh, Cage gets it slightly wrong there. Into the left. Got to avoid these sausages as best as we can. Change gear quickly, through we go. In fact, I hope we get a position in all of that. There was a car somewhere off. But, hey, we'll take that. Another position gained, at least, as we go into the right-hander then and looking to benefit. Now, the Renault is good at that corner. It is good at, long, flowing corners as we go into this left-hander again. And Cage gets it wrong, ends up on the old red tarmac. We go down the inside, looking to get this position done. The Porsche got good accelerating, though, or acceleration. However, Cage does back out of that, so we're up in another position. P12, not too bad for our first race so far. We advance a lap later then, and we're right behind Rodder there. My word, we were so close. Yellow flag in the distance. Somebody off there as we head into this. Oh, it's Kieran. Kieran is off there. And up into P11. As I said, this race is all about survival more than anything. I feel I could have maybe picked an even harder Beat the Meta car here to maybe try and do this. But even so, we'll see how we go. Remember, we have unlimited races now to try and do this. And unlimited races, sometimes we will have to use as we head into the braking zone. Now, the Porsche 911 is the strongest car in the race, but irrespective... Oh, hello, Ben's gone there. That's another position. That's a Hyundai Genesis. And what I was about to say is, as we overtake another 911, P9 in our first race, is that a lot of people use a lot of different cars here, so it's actually fairly balanced in the grand scheme of it. It's just you end up with cars like this Renault. It's just terrible at this circuit. There's definitely 4, 5, 6 cars that could easily compete here. As Rodder now goes off, doing the same mistake as Cage earlier on. We're looking to get another position and P8 in race 1. I will take this. I will absolutely take this. This is a good race so far. We have a long line of cars. Oh, hello. We nearly headed off there to the realms. Being northern, I forget the H in the alphabet sometimes, and I did there. I apologize. We'll leave that corner then. We've got P7 right in front of us there. Afra Racer. Oh, somebody's off there. Not know how they've been that, but hey, that's P7 and Aston Martin V12 Vantage in my rearview mirror now as we look in towards the chicane for one final time in this first race. And we head into that left-hander, just using all that sausage there, making sure it's on the inside. Through the right-hander we go. Continue on out of there. And it looks like we're going to be finishing P7 in this race then. Going through this final corner then. And just trying to say, oh, hello, maybe not then. There's somebody off in the distance. Oh, Gullick's off. Oh, there's another one off there. P5. P5. Imagine if we'd won Beat the Meta in the first race. That would have been ridiculous. But hey, P5, I'll take that. I'll absolutely take that. A very slow race time in the grand scheme of it. But hey, P5, good job there. A good first race indeed. So fair play to everyone there. Had good little races then. We're going to jump to race 3 here. This was the next entertaining race I did. We got Wind in P1, so I was like, oh, great. We're not going to win this one, are we? Not with Wind in the lobby. Wind picking a non-meta car there as well in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1. Look at that Lamborghini behind. Flashes me as well. Look how fast it is in a straight line. Please, Gran Turismo, give this Renault some acceleration. Please, please, please. It deserves it. It needs it. It warrants it. It requires it. Everything I needed to say right there. So going to continue on down then towards the quadruple apex corner. I was expecting this Porsche to absolutely go for it, but they stay behind, which is fair play to Mr. Rona there. As we go into this left-hander for the first time. And that Lamborghini, oh, heads off there. It's going to look down the inside. Can we do it? Not quite. Silent takeover keeps that place in the Lamborghini. Good choice of car there as well. Silent takeover. I do say so myself. As we go into the right-hander then. We've got a French driver there, Darjox. We'll talk about them later on as well. And Kieran once again in the fray here. Kieran's going to feature quite a bit in this video. Apologies, Kieran, but you are... Oh, hello. Somebody's off in the distance. Who is that? I cannot see. Give me your name, please. Whoever you are. Kieran's just a bit wide there. Not sure whether they were pushed or not. Not too sure. We've no idea who that blue Porsche is. We'll find out later on. Hopefully, anyway. As we continue on out of that corner in P11 for now. Then heading towards the chicane. And let's see what happens here then. We're staying on the car, so something must happen. In towards the braking zone we go. Oh, Kieran goes a bit deep here, so I'm going to try around the outside. Oh, scary move. Oh, Lamborghini's off there as well. We go through this corner. Oh, look at that. 2 positions. Oh, where'd Lamborghini come from? Hello, Red Devil's off as well. Everybody's off. So we're up into P8 somehow. After all of that, P8. I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Now, we're going to have a cheeky look behind. We're going to look at all the carnage. Somebody's off there. Somebody's spinning. Carnage, absolute carnage. I'm glad I'm avoiding all of that, and we're in at P8 here. So we're going to advance to lap 3 then, and we've got the GTR and Darjox there fighting side by side into this left-hander we go, and Darjox just gives that up. It's very hard to do 2x2 through here. It really is. Side by side action, very difficult. There is occasionally chances to do that, but yeah, even so, we're going to have a good race here with Darjox. This is what I was talking about before as well. Looking down the inside here, they give me space, to be fair to them. They go around the outside then, looking to defend this. We're going out on the outside of this left-hander. Still side by side here. Through the right we go. I have to lift off a little bit more than I wanted to here. They get a good run out of that corner in towards the braking zone. Then we go. Again, they're still giving me room here. Beautiful racing from Darjox. Oh, we've got Spinner up ahead. Who is that? Oh, we've got Wind off there. And oh, we've got somebody else off here as well. Oh, in an AMG. Damahum. Yep, they're off as well. We're in P6 here. P6 in this race. Now, with Wind in, I wasn't expecting to even do well in this. But even so, we're up into P6. Maybe a P5, maybe a P4 on offer here if we can catch up to that GTR again. Oh, hello. Oh, another crash there in the background as we continue towards turn 1. Remember what I said at the start of this video? This race is all about survival. I mean, I think I said it in the weekly guide as well, but it's all about surviving. There's some very complex corners here. We've got sausage curbs galore, and the curbs in general just want to kill you anyway. So, yeah, a mixture of all sorts here as we go through here on lap 5. Oh, hello. We've got a yellow flag in the distance. Who's that for? Oh, who is that? Jordanovic in the Mazda RX Vision. That's a strong car here. And they are off. And we're actually going to finish in P5 again. Wow. Okay. What an interesting race that was. Another P5 finish. So there is possibilities here. Very much possibilities. 9:16 essentially there. 9:59 in terms of race time. We'll keep that in mind as we go forward then. So we advance to race number 5 now. Skipping number 4. 4 was very boring. Literally on my own for most of it. So yeah, we'll skip to race number 5 then. Here we go. And we got a GTR behind us this time. The GTR not as good as accelerating as that Porsche, which is just ridiculous as you see up ahead. You know, Nick easily catching up to that Aston Martin up ahead. Now, we saw the Aston Martin bin it earlier on in this video. There is a chance here. There is a chance. We could do this in 5 races. And now we don't have that rule anymore. I really do know that. But even so, it'd be nice to, you know, still do it within 5 races. Even so, we're going to head towards this left-hander. And we get it wrong. We go a bit too deep. Oh, no. And I've got to say, Mato here, the Spaniard, in that GTR, that is just brilliant driving. Like, you saw me come back on. You gave me room. You knew I was there. Great awareness. A big shout out to you. I've not done Driver of the Week in a while. You can have that today, my friend. You have that today. Beautiful driving indeed. Hopefully we can race you a bit later on. So gonna try and catch up to these guys and also the guys up ahead. Maybe we can make this a 4-way fight for the lead. Wouldn't that be interesting for Beat the Meta? It certainly would. Anyway, we're going to advance further on in this race then, where Nick has a penalty and the Spaniard goes down the outside then of the Porsche driver up into P2 then. You see the fast lap there, 1:31.5. I know we can do that. We can definitely do that in this car. We've done a 1:31.6 on that right-hand side, and there's definitely more pace in this car. So you can see here up ahead there, side by side then, that Porsche is so good on acceleration. It is ridiculous how good that thing is. And there, I was actually looking at something. So, yeah, I nearly binned it myself there. Anyway, we're going to head towards the chicane then. In towards the right we go. There's a slight tap between the two. A brilliant catch there by the Spaniard as we go through this right hand then. Looking to get on the inside as best as we can. We do indeed. Looking to get that P3 then. Then maybe attack the Porsche. In towards the right-hander we go. And again, we're side-by-side action with the Spaniard. We leave that corner. We're in the slipstream of the Porsche, but that GTR behind me has a huge slipstream. And I really should have defended this. And I didn't. And the Spaniard going to go for that move there down the inside. Can we make it around the outside? I'm not too sure here, but they brake beautifully here. They give me just enough room as well. Superb. As I say, mate up. Very well played to you there. That was brilliant racing in this race with you. I really did enjoy that one. However, it's not over here, and we can still catch you. And maybe overtake you. And maybe there's a mistake by the other Spaniard who's leading the way. Who knows? As we head into this left-hander then. So we clip that out. Remember, avoid the third apex. And make sure you nail the final one here, as I do right there. Gonna continue up here then. Up towards this quick right-hander. Chuck it in. Hopefully we survive. Oh, we get... Oh, can we go for the move here? Down into the inside? No, not quite there. Spaniard comes it off very nicely there. As we continue then towards the hairpin. What can we do then? Nothing so far then in towards this braking zone. Do they get it wrong? No, they do not. Looking to get the run out the corner then. Can we do that? No, not really. Not versus any car, really. This Renault was the slowest at 0 to 60 or 0 to whatever, to be honest with you, in terms of acceleration. Come on with P4 then. A slight improvement there. That's our fastest race time we've seen there, 19:15.6. So it's around that margin that we are seeing. Remember, they're starting on pole as well, so they're always a second ahead in the grand scheme of it. So we come to race 6 then. We're starting P2 this time with just the Porsche up ahead of Nick Bear. Here we go then, kicking off this race. Now we know how fast that Porsche is at accelerating. Look in that rearview mirror. That Porsche is coming for me so blimming quickly. That is ridiculous. I had to go defensive into turn 1. So we're keeping that inside line here, giving them space on the outside, and we get that done beautifully. However, the Porsche just goes over that curb behind me. That gives me a bit of breathing room, thankfully, as we advance all the way to lap 5. It turned into a very quiet race. Me just putting in laps on that right side, which you can see here. Coming into here, though, Nick makes a fatal error. And Nick knew I was doing beat the meta here as well. So Nick was pushing very hard. You can see that with that lap time on the left-hand side of a 1:31.288. But Nick binned it, which does mean it's not an eventful end. But we did beat the meta. Redemption is here for that Renault R.S.01. Look at that long line of Porsches. There are A+ drivers in here. There's 2 others. So I will take that as a victory. And a 2:17 won there. Remember, we didn't start in P1. So definitely 15 is possible for us as well. It's just making sure we start there. And I did a 1:37 quali lap. But yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, we're going to get into race 2 here. This is race 2 where this absolute crash happened. My word, that was a mammalistic crash. So what happens? Someone got on the outside. They span at the very last second. And Gran Turismo ping pong physics. Everybody just stops. Boom. Yeah, and everybody goes flying. So that's what happens there then. Let's advance further on in the same race, actually. This is still race 2 as we go through here. And we're going to clip that curb. Very dangerous to clip that curb in the Renault. And as you see here, that's why it spins around. It is so delicate, this Renault. It doesn't like the curbs at all. You touch them, it starts spinning. Ooh, nasty. Right, let's have a look at the other race then, where we saw that massive crash in the rear view. It involved Kieran. I did say Kieran would feature a bit more in this video. So Kieran just off there, got tapped off, comes round, and boom, planted and goes for a lovely little spin there. And yeah, so Kieran off, just started to slide, and nobody could avoid him behind. Fortunately, Kieran out of that race. Now, what happened to Wind? Let's have a look into this right-hander. We'll leave this corner. Wind's on his own here. Oh, somebody's spun up ahead. Oh, and another spinner here. So that's what happened to both of them. They spun by themselves. And Wind off in the Aston Martin DBR9 GT1 car. And that's going to be it for this video, folks. As I say, there is a little bit more time in the qualifying time in the Renault. It's about a 1:30.2, I would say. But even so, you know, it's very hard to win. We got it in the end through someone else's mistake. But a win is a win. Doesn't matter whether you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. If you did like it, do like it. Subscribe to the channel to stay in touch with all the latest content. But that's it for me, folks. Au revoir, farewell, goodbye. And I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.